This is the afternoon weather briefing. This is for Friday, the 28th of March. This is James Spann. Alabama's weekend weather will be warm. We'll have scattered showers and a few storms around, but the focus will be on after midnight Sunday night into Monday. That's when we have our next chance of severe storms across Alabama. So as always, a lot of new data is in. We'll take a look at things together. This is the upper air look. And the lead shortwave is coming into Texas, and that's producing some rain west of the state. Here's the visible satellite view. For most of Alabama, it's a sunny, warm day. Got some high clouds on the western side of the state. And a little light rain in parts of South Mississippi. Heavier storms over western Louisiana near the Texas border. In fact, there's a tornado watch in effect there. But again, Alabama, we're not expecting any severe storms through the day Sunday. And it's a warm day. Temperatures are up there in the low 80s in many spots, as expected. Tuscaloosa, 81. Montgomery, 82. Upper 70s for Huntsville, Birmingham, Dothan, and Mobile. And again, the counties and parishes in yellow on this map, that is a tornado watch for parts of southeastern Texas and western Louisiana. A flash flood watch for parts of west and southwest Louisiana. And around the nation, we have winter weather advisories up north near the Canadian border. Here's the severe weather outlook for the rest of today and tonight. There's a risk, again, west of the state, parts of Louisiana and extreme east and south Texas, and a marginal risk from Nebraska into northern Wisconsin. Tomorrow, a risk of severe storms from the Texas Hill Country to Iowa and western Illinois. Got a slight risk around Kansas City and Wichita. Then on day 3, which is Sunday, we have a pretty large risk, the broad risk running from the Gulf Coast to the Great Lakes. We have an enhanced risk from Arkansas and North Mississippi and West Tennessee up into Illinois, Indiana, and western Ohio. And remember, this outlook extends through 7 a.m. Monday. These outlooks run from 7 a.m. to 7 a.m. So remember, this includes the activity after midnight Sunday night, and that's the main concern for Alabama. We have a level 3 out of 5 enhanced risk for the northwestern part of the state. Got a level 2 out of 5 risk down into the central part of the state, and then that level 1 out of 5 down into the southern part of Alabama. And again, this is the activity that we'll see after midnight Sunday night. We'll take a look at the probabilistic outlook, and again, from about midnight Sunday night until 7 o'clock Monday morning, we have a hatched area over northwest Alabama in the enhanced risk, meaning there could be some significant severe weather there, maybe a strong tornado, and also the probability of severe weather within 25 miles of a point up there in northwest Alabama, 30 to 44%. And then after 7 a.m. Monday, this is for the day Monday, we have a severe weather threat for much of the state. The area is in yellow on that map, and we'll get very specific with the timing and the modeling here in just a second. We'll check rain for Birmingham. This is coming off NOAA's WPC, the Weather Prediction Center. This is for the next 7 days, and most of this will fall tomorrow, Sunday, Monday, and then again on Wednesday. Rain amounts over the Tennessee Valley could exceed 3 inches. Tuscaloosa, Birmingham, Anniston, Gadsden, 2 to 3 inches. South Alabama, generally 1 to 2 inches. So here we go, model fans. Let's see if we can answer all your questions here. This is the GFS, the Global Forecast System, the 12Z run, valid tomorrow at 4. And we have a trough in the west that is progressive. And again, the little lead shortwave coming in here. This is the surface look tomorrow. Got a 1,005 millibar low that's over eastern Iowa. And moisture surges northward, and we'll see some showers around. This is what the radar could look like tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock. This coming off the high-resolution HER, and if this verifies, and it's probably on the right track, the southern part of the state could be relatively dry, and we have the scattered showers over North Alabama. Maybe a rumble of thunder, but there's not much instability. We don't expect any severe storms tomorrow, and I would say for a pretty good chunk of the state, a decent part of the day will be dry. But yes, no doubt there could be a few passing showers. And the high tomorrow should be mostly in the 75 to 80 degree range. So this is Sunday. One surface low is over Michigan, one over eastern Arkansas. This is the high-resolution NAM, the North American Mesoscale model, 3-kilometer model. And this is valid Sunday afternoon at 4. And again, you can see evidence of a few scattered showers and maybe some thunder about, but The rain should not be especially widespread. We're not expecting anything severe at that point. And like tomorrow, a decent part of the day will likely be dry. So really the same thing tomorrow and Sunday. Occasionally cloudy, a few passing showers, maybe a rumble of thunder, but no washout. And again, highs on Sunday, pretty much the same thing, about 75 to 80. Now, the one thing we can say in advance of the primary storm system Sunday night, the air is going to be pretty unstable. This is the surface-based cape coming off the 3-kilometer NAM. This is valid Sunday evening at 7 o'clock. And you can see some really high numbers up and down the Mississippi River. Memphis, down toward Greenville, Mississippi, Baton Rouge, instability values in excess of 3,000 joules per kilogram. That is a very ripe, unstable air mass. In Alabama, the instability values exceed 2,000 joules per kilogram in spots. So instability this time will not be an issue, even for the storms that come in after midnight. Of course, the numbers come down a little bit, but that's some very robust values. This is the significant tornado parameter. A little after midnight Sunday night, and again, you can see the elevated values over northwest Alabama. That's up there in the enhanced risk. And that's where the initial storms will be moving into the state. This is coming off the European, and again, we're working off the lightning flash density product, which gives you a pretty good idea where the storms will be. And this is valid at midnight Sunday night, 12 midnight. So the first batch of storms coming into the northwestern corner of the state. And I say the first batch, this will be the batch. And of course, the question is, will we see any convection out ahead of that? And so far, the European really not suggesting that with a cap in place. So it looks like we'll just have one organized batch of storms. And again, this is midnight Sunday night, up around the Shoals, up toward Lexington, where we'll see the initial batch of storms. So this is Monday morning at 5 a.m. And the thunderstorms are dropping down toward Tuscaloosa, Birmingham, Anniston, Gadsden. And so you can see for North Alabama, this is going to be a middle of the night thing. Between midnight and 6 a.m. most likely. And then by 1 o'clock Monday afternoon, storms are down in southeast Alabama, Enterprise, Dothan, Andalusia, places like that. So that's the progression. Again, this is the current timing graphic that we're using. The main window for severe storms over the Tennessee Valley and northwest Alabama, 11 p.m. Sunday until 5 a.m. Monday. And then for Tuscaloosa, Birmingham, Anniston, Gadsden, the main window between 2 and 8 a.m., early Monday morning. And then southeast Alabama, the southern part of the state, 6 a.m. to 1 p.m. And certainly all modes of severe weather will be possible with a very unstable air mass and a pretty decent amount of shear, the chance of large hail, damaging wind, and there could be a few tornadoes. And obviously the greatest concern, it's getting the warnings to people when we have this stuff at 1, 2, 3, 4 a.m., especially on a late Sunday night, early Monday morning when folks are having to get ready to go to work on a Monday. So again, if you watch these videos and if you are up during this, you can help us by letting your friends and loved ones and neighbors and relatives know if they are in a tornado warning polygon by calling them. They might get mad at you for calling them at 1 o'clock in the morning, but if they do that, tell them to get mad at me. And, of course, we're not quite within the 60-hour window for the main event, and we will be tomorrow. And, again, I'll be doing a live video here tomorrow morning. And then by Monday afternoon, again, storms down in southeast Alabama. And Tuesday, we are dry. The high Tuesday will be in the 70s, should be a beautiful day. And then the next short wave comes in Wednesday with a chance of showers and storms. Remains to be seen if this will be a severe weather threat. We need to get through, obviously, the Monday event, then we can focus on that. And then Thursday, we are warm and dry with a ridge building. And this is a week from today, Friday, April 4th. Look at that strong ridge over the southeast United States. New trough in the western states. But underneath the ridge, that kind of keeps the rain north and west of Alabama. And we could easily see mid-80s Thursday and Friday of next week. The warmest weather so far this year. Let's go out 10 days. This is Monday, April 7th. That's an interesting look. Got this big upper low that's just south of the Texas Big Bend over northern Mexico, a big vortex that's just east of Maine, a ridge pumped up over Canada. But if that's right, we would maybe have a few showers around, but A lot of rain for Texas, but again, this is 10 days out. I would imagine this will probably change. This is rain for Birmingham coming off the European Ensemble, the mean right at 4 inches between now and the 12th of April. Temperatures coming off the NBM, National Blend of Models. 70s through Tuesday. Then look at the 80s for the latter half of next week. The warmth peaking on Thursday with 84. Little summer preview. And just in the latest long-range guidance, this is the 8 to 14-day guidance. This is for April 5th through April 11th. And temperatures pretty close to average, maybe slightly above if this all works out. Had a good time today. Saw my friends with the UAB New Horizons group. These are retirees from UAB. They like to learn, and I like to learn. But we had a great session today. Tomorrow it's a book signing. We're in Scottsboro, Alabama. We're going to be at the Alabaster Coffee Company up in Jackson County between 10:30 and 1:30. And we love these. They're great fun. We have all the shirts, the weather shirts that weather fans love. We'll have the children's books, our books about April 27, 2011, and much more. I promise you'll have a good time. So if you're in Jackson County, hey, Huntsville, Chattanooga, come down and see us. Alabaster Coffee Company in Scottsboro from 10:30 until 1:30. And again, I'll be doing these videos both tomorrow morning and Sunday morning, and probably Sunday evening as well as we get closer to the severe weather event. So we'll be on weekend duty. So the next video here will be tomorrow morning, bright and early. And of course, we invite you to watch us on television this evening, right across the hall in Studio A, ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend, and God bless.